Baka wow to Takata wow. Look at this little pair of lubbly jubblies on my shoulder. Hello everybody and welcome to our AEW All Out and WWE Wrestlepalooza predictions videos. My name is Little Andrew Dingle, your reigning and defending all of the predictions champions.
That was me 2 months ago. It's easy come, easy go, Andrew.
It's quite hard balancing these on my tiny little shoulders, but I will do the work, Sam. I am here with a wonderful man, Slamming Sam Driver. How you doing?
Not bad, but we've got mega predictions today.
Oh yes, we do.
Mega predictions, because we've got a mega stream going on, don't we?
We do, yes. So on Saturday, we will indeed be reacting to both of the shows happening that fair evening. First, we'll be over on Twitch for AEW All Out 2025, and that starts around about 6 p.m. BST. We're thinking there's going to be a bit of crossover, so by the time that has finished, we will be moving over to YouTube to do the WWE Wrestlepalooza live reactions too. So if you wanna stay for one, you can stay for one. If you wanna stay for both, you can stay for both. Pick and choose, however you like. But we've got a lot to get into, Sam.
A lot of matches, and something tells me this isn't going to be the finalized cards for either event either.
No.
So we might have to do some guessing on the night.
Oh yeah, let's dive in.
So we're going to be jumping back and forward here, but starting over on AEW 0 Hour, we've got the 8-woman tornado tailgate brawl, which is Harley Cameron, Mina Shirakawa, Queen Aminata, and Willow Nightingale versus Megan Bayne, Penelope, and Triangle of Madness, Julia Hart, and Sky Blue. Andrew, who you got and why?
That's a lot of ladies. And do you know what I think about it?
That's a lot of ladies.
Do you know what I think? That's a lot of ladies. No, these AEW 0 Hour pre-shows, often we like to kick things off with a big babyface win to sort of get the crowd going, get the juices flowing a little bit. And other than that, that's kind of my reasoning for this one. What about you?
Well, I've gone for the faces, but they've sort of ran this match already on the 0 Hour of Forbidden Door, but with Statlander in the Mina spot and the baddies one. So I figured we get a little bit of a babyface comeback here. Mina could be the difference maker here for the good guys. So I think, I think you're right though. It tends to be high octane start, usually something quite nice.
Yes.
To kind of keep us rolling through.
Yep.
So yeah, baby faces.
Lovely. Next up on the 0 Hour, we've got Daniel Garcia, that naughty boy, versus Katsuyori Shibata. Sam, do I even have to ask who you're going for in this one?
Shibata, no, it's got to be Garcia. Like, he's just become a Death Rider. I think that while, we're all maybe a little bit, just a little bit burnt out on the Death Rider, just a smidge, just a smidge. But now it's not kind of concerning the main event picture. I'm all for it. So I think you've got to keep Garcia looking strong here. And while I'd like the Shibata of old to come out and just kick his head like into the 43rd row, I don't think he's really been used in that position in AEW so far.
Yeah.
He's kind of being used to elevate newer talent and have great matches with them. And it's Shibata. He's got that value to his name and his legacy and everything. But I think Garcia here needs a clean win.
I completely agree. Do you know what? And they're billing this as like Garcia and Shibata 3. Each of them have a win against the other one.
Yeah.
Shibata, the mentor or former mentor, I guess, of Daniel Garcia now, who has turned a big heely boy. And I think, to really solidify this heel turn, to propel him into further things, I think Daniel Garcia's just got to win this one.
Yeah, he's just got to win it, doesn't he?
Go on, Dale.
It's a shame for Shibata. Next up, we've got also on the AEW 0 Hour a tag team match, the Ops, Samoa Joe and Willie Hobbs versus the Workhorsemen, Anthony Henry and JD Drake. Andrew, who you got and why?
It's gotta be the Ops. It's gotta be Big Sam Joe, Big Powerhouse Hobnobs, and Big Powerhouse Hobnobs. I just feel like two-thirds of the trio's champions, the Workhorsemen. Very good tag team. I like them very much, but I think against Samoa Joe and Will Hobbs, I don't think that's going to go in their favour.
It's the more established team to choose. I think in this one, I'm agreeing with you. It's going to be the Ops. More established team to choose. And nobody's going to kind of look at you going, boy, you couldn't even beat them. If you're up against Hobbs and Joe, you're up against essentially two tanks sellotaped together. So good luck, but I think it's going to be the Ops.
We're going to spice things up a little bit and move over to a Wrestlepalooza match. We're going to go for the newly reunited Usos. My voice is still bad from this weekend. Versus The Vision. Who are you going to go for and why?
I've gone for The Vision. Now, I think that the Usos are going to have a strong showing. I think there might be one small malfunction at the junction, or potentially maybe some chicanery on the outside that's going to just provide a small opening, and then Bron's going to just roll straight through it. I think that they're going to pick up the definitive win here.
I think that's it. I think you're actually really right about that. We've been seeing this edgier, more heel-ish side of Jey Uso, and I think that might play a factor into this match. Maybe there is a malfunction at the junction, something doesn't go quite right. Jey gets a little bit miffed off with Jimmy, maybe even just leaves him in the ring to get absolutely battered and pinned by The Vision. Or maybe LA Knight comes out and costs them the match as well. I don't know, there's lots of different factors in this, but I would very much like to see, as much as I love the Usos and the fact that they're back together, I don't know if this is necessarily them back together for a good long while.
You're just sitting here in the office earlier going, well, if they're not going to have long hair and paint their faces, and they're not going to come out in bright colours, then they're not winning. They're not winning.
I don't want
they're
it.
not my Usos. You just kept saying that over and over again.
Well, you didn't have to tell everybody, but they're not my Usos, and that's why I'm going for The Vision.
Moving things back over to the AEW side of things, it's 13 matches against 5, so we're going to be spicing them through here. We've got a tables and thumbtacks match. Mark Briscoe taking on MJF. Who you got and why?
Oh, I was umming and ahhing about this one because I don't know how it could go, because guess what? MJF been on a fantastic tear recently. His momentum has been gaining underneath him, and his promos again have been, I mean, they're always phenomenal, but there's something a bit spicier, a bit more bitey about MJF recently. But I'm gonna go for Mark Briscoe to win. I'm gonna go for Mark Briscoe to win. It's a tax and tables match. It's sort of his wheelhouse at this point. MJF was like, yeah, I can't be doing this match. I got other matches that weekend. I can't be doing this. And I feel like that might actually play into him losing. He can always go, well, I had a match before, and you know, I'm tired, and this, that, and the other. And also, he has still got that Casino Gauntlet contract. Therefore, if he loses, it doesn't really matter. Whereas for Mark Briscoe, I feel like him going forward to go after some singles titles, I'd love to see him go after the TNT title with Kyle Fletcher, because them two have insane chemistry together.
So good.
To run it back again, I will be a very happy boy. So that's why I'm going to go for Mark Briscoe to win.
I'm also going to go for Briscoe, but it's come off the back of interviews he's been given where he's been saying things like, you know, I'm still trying to find my feet as a singles wrestler. I feel like I'm kind of getting there now. And, as you've also touched on, MJF's got to take on Mystico on Friday night for 92nd Anniversario at CMLL. In, I believe if he wins, he takes his mask.
Yes, he does,
So I don't think he's going to win that. And I think he's going to get an absolute beating in that match. And then I think he's going to walk into the Briscoe thing being like, well, you know, I've got an excuse. And he's going to get absolutely steamrolled here as well.
I think that's it.
Yeah.
I think that's it. Next out in a singles match, it's Big Bill versus one returning Eddie Kingston. Sam, who are you going for in this one?
It's Big Bill all day. Who does Eddie Kingston think he is? He's not been around.
No.
Where's he just been? Really? He's just been chilling at home, hasn't he?
What? Oh, these New Yorkers, all right?
It's got to be Kingston. Like, it's an absolute no-brainer. It's his first massive match back. It's got to be Kingston. There's no way he's losing the match. There's no way.
And that's it, isn't it? I feel like Big Bill is in a position where a loss against someone like Eddie Kingston doesn't harm him in the slightest.
It's not really going to harm him, no. It's
Not
Eddie
at all.
Kingston.
It's Eddie Kingston. I'm so excited to see Eddie Kingston back. I'm so excited about the prospect of him and Gabe Kidd getting back into it again after the fact that, I mean, Kingston's been out because of an injury that happened in a match that he had with Gabe Kidd in the first place. So see them coming back together eventually will be very nice. Eddie Kingston's one of my favourite, and I'm so excited to see him back on TV. And I mean, what a match to put Big Bill in as well. That feels like a really big responsibility for Big Bill, and I think he deserves it as well.
Unless it's just big boot foot on chest 1, 2, 3.
No, it's Kingston. It's still Kingston all day, every day.
Keeping it here on All Out, we got a trios tag match between the Hurt Syndicate, Bobby Lashley, Shelty B, and MVP versus Ricochet and GOA. Who you got and why?
Do you know what? I was umming and ahhing about this. I um and ah all the time, Sam. It's my default noise. I'm gonna go for GOA. I'm going for Ricochet and Gates of Agony to win. Now, I feel a bit weird about this because obviously they cost the Hurt Syndicate the tag team titles at Forbidden Door, and really this should be sort of the revenge angle here from the Hurt Syndicate to get one up against JOA and Ricochet, but I feel like Ricochet is really starting to come in his own a lot. I mean, he has been for a long time, but it feels like I really want this team to be solidified a little bit more. I feel like coming out of this, I don't think the feud is going to be finished. I think we'll see a few more matches between these two factions, but at the same time, I also think GOA and Ricochet could go on to win the Trios Championships because Ricochet has not won a championship yet in AEW, and I feel like that's on the cards for him pretty soon. So I'm going to actually say GOA and Ricochet for the win. Up the bold.
Well, I can see this one going either way, but I have lent on just the familiarity of what happened at Forbidden Door. Okay. And I am going to go for the Syndicate, and I think it's going to be a bit of a mauling.
Yeah?
Just a little bit of a mauling.
A mauling?
Yeah, just a small bit of a mauling for what you cost them at Forbidden Door. I don't think they're very happy boys about it.
Not really.
They don't seem like very happy boys about it. So I do think you are going to maybe get eaten.
No, but bold.
But yeah, bold. Just less hair to shave off before you cook them.
Once again, moving over to WWE Wrestlepalooza, where we have one Jonathan Cena up against one Broccoli Lesnar. Sam, are you going to go for this one?
I was originally going to go for Brock Lesnar. I thought that maybe this is a roadblock for Cena. It's kind of a self-doubt moment on the way to his final match. It sets Lesnar up, and we've heard that obviously Lesnar has signed like a limited appearances deal.
Yeah.
It would definitely put him in that kind of final boss position that they like having him in if he is to kind of have a statement win over Cena here. But it is Cena's retirement tour. Yes. And so emotions got the better of me, and I've gone for Jonathan Q. Cena. I think that Brock is going to be in that position regardless, right? He's going to be the big bad regardless in terms of character and storyline and everything, because of, you know, the fact that he's been put in that position so often. We're just conditioned to him being like the final roadblock of the company. Yeah. So I think that, it's got to be Cena here, surely.
Oh man, again, this was a hard one. I've also gone for Cena. I feel like Cena's not going to lose just yet. I think Cena's going to lose his final match, whoever his final opponent is going to be, to really put them over.
Kurt Angle.
Kurt Angle, that young up-and-comer.
Goes full circle.
By doing a huge moonsault off the turnbuckle. Oh yes, come on now. No, I think John Cena, we might see Super Cena. We've had heel Cena for the longest time. I think we might see Super Cena up until that final match, whoever he gives the massive rub to in the end. But as well, I couldn't really see what happens with Brock after this if he does win it. I do think we'll maybe get to like a spot in the Royal Rumble.
He's going to be in the Rumble, surely. The Rumble's going to be in Saudi, so you've got to think that he's going to be over there for that. But the limited appearances deal suggests that, you know, he's going to be on the marquee events for sure. So,
for sure.
Yeah.
Super Cena.
Moving back to AEW All Out, we've now got a coffin match. Darby Allin versus Jon Moxley. Who you got and why?
Surely it's got to be the man who climbs the big hills. It's got to be Darby Allin, right? I think we've been waiting for a push for the longest time. We initially all thought he was going to be the one to get pushed to win the AEW World Championship. Didn't happen that way. He went off, did his big climb and things like that. And I feel like now, if we're going to put a stamp and sort of like a conclusive end to this chapter between these two wrestlers, I think Darby has to win. It's going to be a schmoz. There's going to be so many people involved in this. We even heard Darby speaking to Bryan Danielson as well and being like, don't get involved in the match. Bryan was a bit like, oh, I won't do it. Ooh, will I?
I won't do it, but Blue Panther will.
That's what's going to happen. That's what's going to happen.
It's what's happened in the last like 5 shows.
Something like that. Surely has to happen. I don't know what's going to happen, but I feel like Darby winning is the right way to go about this. What about you?
I've gone for my boy and yours, Jon Moxley.
Of course you have.
I kind of just wanted to fold him up, and then just put him in the coffin and walk out.
Like an ironing board.
I think that what you touched on there is sort of central here, because Moxley, his whole thing with the Death Riders was, it's kind of almost like an inversion of the brass ring thing. It's like he wants people to prove themselves.
Yes.
And he wants people to take it seriously. And Darby Allin's been off. And he's been climbing, and he's been doing things in his own life. So in my head, it's Moxley kind of going, all right, welcome back. And so, yeah, it's going to be absolute chaos.
I can see that.
And yeah, they're probably going to cheat to win. And yeah, they're probably going to use some plastic bags. And we might get Sting walking out for 45 minutes while they try to pour gasoline on him. But I just see Moxley picking up the win here.
Wow.
I think that it extends it further, and it's kind of like an initial shock of like, oh, you can't just walk back in. Like, and I think having that kind of reiterates what Moxley's all about in this cloudy Death Riders times.
We sure will see. Next up, we've got a tag team match between Cope and Cage versus FTR. Sam, who are you going for and why?
Well, there's a couple of implications here. I think it was FTR Bald said that he would retire.
He sure did.
If he got beaten by them. But it's Cope and Cage. It's Cope and Cage. Like it can't not be them. It's got to be them. They have to win the match. Nostalgia's a hell of a drug, and we all want to see them back in there.
And we're in Toronto as well. We're in Toronto. I don't, again, because I could see different outcomes. I think you're right. I think we're in Toronto. Why not give them the big old pop, the big old win, move them on towards the AEW Tag Team Championships or something very soon. But also I could see FTR winning and then going for the Tag Team Championships, and then these two teams going back together for those belts and having a big blow-off match as well. But instead, I am going for the nostalgia pop.
It's a safe pick, isn't it?
It is.
It's a safe pick.
Absolutely.
It's probably what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Next up, we've got a four-way tag ladder match. Brodito defending the tag titles against the Bucks, Jet Speed, and the Callis family. Who you got, Andrew, and why?
They've only just won them.
Yeah.
And I like seeing Brody King, as well as Bandito as well, with a lovely championship round their waist, and therefore I am sticking with my boys, and I'm going to say that Brodito pick up the win.
Out of all the teams in the match I can see doing it, it's the Bucks, but I don't think it makes sense, again, with how recently they've just won them and everybody's really enjoying it.
Yes.
So the Bucks would make sense, and it'd be another ooh, and the fans will hate it, but like, and that'll be kind of the intended outcome, but I just think Brodito are killing it, so Brodito, easy.
Hey.
Hey.
Moving back on over to Wrestlepalooza, we have a singles match for the vacant Women's World Championship. Stephanie Vaquer goes up against Io Skye. Sam, who are you going for?
Stephanie Vaquer. Io Skye might be one of the best wrestlers hands down in the world right now. Like, there's no doubt about it. But it's time. It's time. It's been time since signing Stephanie Vaquer to put the title on her. Now it's time to put the title on her. Give it to Stephanie Vaquer, please. It's going to be amazing.
It's going to be amazing. Now, we all know that we stand the bin lady Io Skye in this house. We love Io Skye tremendously. One of my favourite wrestlers of all time.
Can she use a bin this time, though?
And that might be her downfall.
Taken away.
That might be her downfall. That's why I'm going for Stephanie Vaquer. I think you're right. I think it's time to have something new and fresh within the women's title scene. 1,000%. And that's nothing against Rhea Ripley or Io Skye, but I think it would be nice to see something new and have some new challenges for those championships as well. Also, I guess Io coming out of this has, Asuka's been, this heel turn has been bubbling.
Yeah.
She's got an already made feud there with her former tag team partner if they do decide to go into a program, as well as Rhea Ripley. Rhea Ripley can get tied up in that as well. But I think it's Stephanie Vaquer's time, and I'm super, super excited for it as well.
Oh, it's going to be so good.
Yeah.
Moving back to All Out, we got a three-way match for the AEW Unified title. Kazuchika Okada defending the title against Konosuke Takeshita and Mascara Dorada. Andrew, who you got and why?
Oh, again, Sam, I was torn between one of my favourite wrestlers ever in Konosuke Takeshita and Okada, and I've gone for Okada to retain the championship. We've been seeing this slow, the threads have been unraveling, like on a badly made Primark t-shirt. The threads have been unraveling within the Don Callis family. It feels like Takeshita is prime and ready for leaving that group and then blossoming on his own, and he's won the G1. Oh my God, that's incredible. I think he's going to win the Continental Classic later on in the year as well. And then we get to a singles match between these two. I think something might happen where the threads unravel a little bit more. I don't think Takeshita's going to pick up the win. I don't think Dorada's going to pick up the win. I think Okada's going to be the one coming out of this strong. And yeah, I think we're eventually going to get to that Okada and Konosuke Takeshita singles match for that championship. Yeah. But it's just not going to change hands here, big lad.
Well, that thing that you said that could be the ultimate unraveling is, in my brain, Takeshita winning.
Oh.
So I think if Takeshita wins it, Takeshita doesn't really need anybody at that point.
I guess he doesn't.
And then things can kind of just go on a nice quick unravel from there, and we can kind of kick Dom back down the card, and then we can just, we can focus on Takeshita for a bit. So I've gone for Takeshita, and as well, it frees up Okada just to kind of move on a bit, and then maybe toward the Continental Classic or something down the line, we can maybe see them circle back together and have their matches.
Okay. Next up, it's a singles match for the TBS title. The champion Mercedes Moné looks to defend against Riho. Who are you going for, Sam?
There's no choice here, is there? It's Mercedes Moné.
Oh, yes.
Has she beat Riho yet?
No.
Has she beaten her definitively in Toronto yet, in front of thousands of people with 48 belts?
No.
Then that's what's going to happen. She's winning. We just got to get used to it, guys. Trust the process. She's going to retain again.
Yes, I think she's going to retain again as well. I think she is getting very close to breaking Jade Cargill's reign with that TBS championship. I think AEW would rather have an active wrestler within that roster. I'm the wrestler. Within that roster, who's currently holding the championship, she's active within that company. I think they want Mercedes Moné to break that record. I don't think she's going to lose it here. I think the match with her and Riho is going to be amazing. Let's not forget, Riho, the first ever AEW Women's World Champion. Yeah. She's a very, very good competitor for Mercedes Moné, but I just don't think she's going to get the job done.
Moving on the All Out card, we've got a four-way for the AEW Women's World title. Toni Storm defending the title against Jamie Hayter, Chris Statlander, and Tekla. Who you got and why?
There's so many people in this match that I would very much like to win the championship. And there's a person within the match I'd like to retain the championship. And I'm going to go for Timeless Toni Storm to retain. I don't think she's losing it here. Perhaps she's losing it soon-ish, maybe at Wrestle Dream, maybe even at Full Gear. I don't know just yet, but all of the women within this match, I'd love to see a one-on-one Toni and Chris match. I'd love to see one-on-one Toni Jamie, Toni Tekla. Like, Tekla, I feel like, has made so much headway since coming to America and being in AEW. She's been nothing but incredible, and I think maybe coming out of the match, it's going to be focused more between Tekla and Toni in one-on-one singles.
So you think they're going to have maybe a featured moment, maybe the featured moment being the end of the match?
Yes.
Or something?
Yeah. I think coming out of it, Toni's still the champion, but instead we get a one-on-one match between those two down the line.
She doesn't have to be pinned to lose it.
She doesn't,
though.
That's the thing.
So,
that's the thing.
Anything could happen, but I've gone for Toni as well. And just looking at it from a pure, like, she's the biggest star in the company standpoint.
It's true.
I think that right now it doesn't make quite as much sense in my head for her to drop it here. Maybe soon, as you said, maybe a little bit further down the line. But right now, just keep the strap on her.
Moving back on over to Wrestlepalooza now, we've got a lovely mixed tag match between husband and wife and husband and wife. We've got CM Punk and AJ Lee versus Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch. Sam, who are you going for?
Now, unless AJ Lee has been working her husband and joins the Vision, there's no way that she's losing this match. There's no way that they're going to lose. So it's going to be CM Punk and AJ Lee.
It's got to be CM Punk and AJ Lee. And maybe what happens is like what AJ Lee said. Maybe it'll just be a big kissing four-way in the match, and they'll just kiss until someone falls down, and then they get to pin him with a kiss. Who knows? But if the kissing isn't involved, I still think it's going to be CM Punk and AJ Lee. I feel like, obviously, AJ Lee's first match back. Obviously, you could be like, oh, ring rust and this, that, and the other. And they obviously teased like the whole neck injury and this, that, and the other too. I think coming out of this, Punk and AJ are then sort of like ready for singles feuds between Becky and Seth for their respective championships. And maybe coming out of it, Seth or Becky does something dastardly to AJ though because of the neck, and that sort of heats things up a little bit. I can see that happening to then heat things up more between CM Punk and Seth, because it feels like whatever their final match is, whether it's at WrestleMania for that championship, is going to be some sort of big blow-off
Hell in a cell, in a cell.
Yeah, oh yeah, with the dogs around it as well.
Just
Larry.
In a cell.
Just Larry walking around, having a poo on the floor.
3 tiers of cell.
I like it.
Yeah, that's what we need. And our last match from the AEW All Out card here. It's a singles match for the AEW World title. Hangman Page defending the title against Kyle Fletcher. But if any member of the Callis family interferes in the match, Fletcher will be stripped of his TNT title. Who have you got and why?
What a showcase this is going to be for Kyle Fletcher, right? I think Hangman
It's
has...
the future versus what was the future.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly. Like, what Hangman has said in his promos there's been no lies within them at all. Like, Kyle Fletcher, I feel like, is definitely the future, or one of the superstars to lead the future of AEW, because he's nothing but phenomenal since breaking away, obviously, sort of like circumstances surrounding stuff with Aussie Open, you know, Mark Davies getting injured and whatnot. It's a shame.
He's had his whole thing with Ospreay.
Yep, he's had his whole thing. Like, he has really shone in every single match he's been in, and I feel like this match is going to be no exception. He's not going to come out with a win, unfortunately. He's not going to come out with a win, but he's going to earn the respect of one Adam Page.
Do you think that he's going to be the person who turns back Callis intervention?
Oh.
To be like, don't you dare do that. And then it could further fuel the downfall of Callis family.
I think that could happen.
With, you know, you nearly cost me my title.
I think that could very much happen. Oh, I like it. Now you're planting the seeds in my mind. Yeah, I think that could very, 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 very much happen.
Well, like you, I just think that obviously he's the future. I don't think the win's happening here, but the win's going to happen at some point. He will be world champion at some point. Sooner rather than later, I imagine, as well. But right now, for me, just leave it on Hanger. I think he's doing well. Yeah.
Yo-ho. Yeah. And finally, on the WWE side of things as well, we have a singles match for the Undisputed WWE Championship. One roller coaster Cody Rhodes is defending his title against Drew McIntyre. Go on then, Sam. Tell us who you're going for.
I have seen theories online that we could see Randy pop up and Randy could RKO Cody.
Oh.
Handing, sort of giving it the DQ sort of finish, but then setting up Randy versus Cody.
Oh.
But at the same time, I can see Drew brutalizing Cody.
Yep.
I can see this getting off the rails a bit. I think that Cena versus Lesnar is probably going to use the steps, but if not, then I reckon we're going to have Drew in ring with the steps and Cody. I think that it's going to just sort of be a tale of Cody being on the back foot and needing to overcome until he's finally able to lock in 3 whole crossroads to send it home and retain.
I think that's it. But like, the more I hear people talking about the Randy thing, Ross made a really good pitch as well about Randy lining up for a punt. But is he going to punt Drew? Is he going to punt Cody? I think he's probably going to go for Cody Rhodes. I would, as much as and I've said this as well on the pitches video, like, as much as I really have enjoyed Cody as champion, we've had him as a champion for a year at this point. I wouldn't mind if they changed the channel a little bit and we had Drew McIntyre win it and go off and do something for a little while, and then maybe, you know, him and Cena go and do something as well, which I think is going to happen, Drew and Cena at some point. He's not got many matches left. We'll see what happens. But yeah, I think they're going to play it safe here. I think maybe Randy gets involved somehow, but I do think Cody's going to lead with the championship. I think down the line we'll sort of lead into maybe a triple threat between Cody, Drew, and Randy for the championship. But I think on the night, it's going to be Cody. Yeah. And that is your lot, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. We know it's been a chunky one, but hopefully it's going to be a super fun night. We will be over at twitch.tv/Cultaholic for our AEW All Out live reactions at 6 p.m. BST. It's gonna roll into what will probably be the WWE Wrestlepalooza pre-show. Nothing usually happens on them, but will they throw something on
Quite
them?
possibly, we don't know. But if we miss anything, we will try and catch up as best we can. It's probably worth noting here as well, just in case we didn't make it clear, we're going to be combining all the points throughout the night.
Yes.
So
yeah.
it's going to be quite like so we're going to be combining them all through the night. There's also going to be a small punishment involved, I believe.
Yippee!
So, yay! The last one was so good.
It was so
6
good.
hours. All up on the Patreon right now, patreon.com/Cultaholic. But that was it for our mega predictions. Now we just got to look forward to the mega live stream.
Mega live stream. Mega live stream. Twitch.tv/Cultaholic
at 6 p.m. BST.
for AEW All Out. And then we're going to youtube.com/cultaholic. YouTube.com/live for our Wrestlepalooza. It's going off the rails, Sam. Still delirious from the weekend. Yes, youtube.com/cultaholic/live for our WWE Wrestlepalooza live reactions following our reactions to AEW on Twitch. Bye!